The rich stay rich by acting poor, and the poor stay poor by acting rich. Ed Harris again here, folks. Talking about that alphabet, that crazy alphabet. And I'm talking about the letter J, stands for job. You know, jumping over bills. Or like most of you, just over broke. I'm talking about that this morning here. It's like Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And again, I'm doing it my way and feeling good. It's sunny, it's bright. I just woke up this morning because, I get phone calls all day long about other entities and what's going on in these entities. And folks, I don't understand for the life of me, how do you do it? I just ask myself, how do you do it? Let me get right into it. I had a person call me and says, Ed, and I'm like, what's wrong? Like, man, I ain't feeling too good. I'm like, oh, okay, well, take, A, B, C. And I'm like, so what's the problem? Do you know I had to go into work to show these people that I was really sick just so they can let me go back home? Now, see, all those words didn't sound right to me. First of all, let me. See, I do as I please, and I please as I do. No one can let me do anything. I'm a grown man. And on someone else's entity, think about it, you're just like a child. Because they're telling you everything to do. They're telling you when to go to lunch. When you're not hungry, they're telling you to go maybe to the next entity or telling you just everything to do. They're instructing you to make them successful. And that's really what you're doing. You have the determination and the willpower because you do it every day. You get up when you're not ready. You probably drive in rain, sleet, snow to get there on time, to go to a job to have somebody tell you what to do. And a lot of you out there, they make it happy for you though, because every 2 weeks that check comes. But for a lot of you out there also, that check is already spent because you owe so many people. And then they got this other thing, at the end of the year, income tax. Oh boy, I'm rich now. Where they give you $2,000, $3,000, and maybe $4,000. And you know what, folks? It's sad because when you really look at it, that's how they have you in the box. They give you a few crumbs every 2 weeks. Probably not even worth the 2 weeks, and a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Probably not even worth the 2 weeks of aggravation, frustration, and whatever else you put up with for those 2 weeks. But they give it to you and keep you just at bay. And then at the end of the year, oh boy, here it goes. I'm getting ready to get big money now. $2,000, $3,000, and $4,000, folks. Is that what you're worth? Is that what you take home to your family at the year's end? That was all your hard-earned efforts worth, $3,000 and $4,000. And folks, another thing, if your kids going outside your home to find role models, then maybe that's not the right thing you should be doing. And it's sad when I think about it because, $4,000 wouldn't last me probably a month, That's really no money. Not saying, you have to go out and just spend $4,000, but I'm worth more than that. I'm a child of God. I'm a disciple for the Lord. And he didn't make it so I can work for crumbs and take all kind of BS off people who got me working for their entity just to make it successful. And you know how they say it trickles from the top on down. I'm not satisfied. I was never satisfied, rather, being on the bottom, because that's where I felt. You in some entities, you got people speak to you by your title. And heaven knows if you don't have a title, you might as well just be a panhandler on the side of the road. You guys know what I'm saying at your entities. Like, I'm going to just say the medical field. If a doctor walks by and bumps you or pushes you, really, he's in the right because he's a PhD. You understand what I'm saying? And you're just a last name and a number. You know, when I did work, folks, only difference I seen between me and a prison inmate is that they let me go home to be with my family for a little while. But I had to come back, and when I was on that facility, do you know I couldn't leave that facility? They told me, like I said, when I had to go to lunch for 45 minutes, and the entity was so big, by the time I got to the area where I was going to eat, the line was long. So by the time I got my food, really my time was up to go back to work late to be written up and harassed. What about coming every day, coming on time? Wasn't about that, folks. See, I was being controlled. So I'm telling you guys out there now, don't let the 2-week pay and the every year payout keep you in the same exact spot time after time, year after year, procrastinating, saying, you know it's a better way, I know it's a better way, because there is a better way. And it may not be for everybody, but if you put in the same work ethic and the determination that you guys putting in now as someone else's entity, take a chance on yourself. And if you need more instructions or help on maybe what or how to do something like that, visit my site, MLMdonetherightway.com. Ed Harris. I'll see you on the inside.